Yo, what is up, guys? So this is going to probably be the final video I do on Phoenix Resale because I have kind of come to the realization that I'm not a huge fan of him, and that's thanks to the video by Heckin' Steve. I watched this morning, earlier this morning. I did try and make a video on it, but like I was a little like drowsy and still waking up. So I'm making one now after I've stumbled across Steve's video again. I just watched this one. And I wanted to provide my take on not only the video, but also the app that Phoenix Resale is creating and has spent tens of thousands of dollars on already. So we're going to get into this. Check Heck and Steve out. I'll link them in the description. And you can sub to them if you want, if anyone ends up watching this. I know not many people give a fuck. But yeah, you know, I try to stay as impartial as I can. I look at stuff as logically as I can. So let's get into it.
What up, peeps? It's your boy Heck Steve. Welcome back to the channel. And I wasn't planning on doing a video on Phoenix Resale again so soon. However, I had some information come my way last night. I received an email from an anonymous person. Hey Steve, I'm not the biggest fan of yours. However, Caleb's constant shoving this app down our throats is wearing on me, and I'm starting to see your side of things. Caleb has been claiming that he could pay more because he sells on Amazon. While that is true, that's not the entire story. Caleb is selling under the renewed section of Amazon, which sellers that are approved to sell in the renewed section can charge a premium for their items. Currently, the price for a used copy of Mario Kart Wii goes for $43.66. However, on his renewed listing, he's selling it for $69.42.
Okay, I don't know much about the renewed program other than essentially it is a select amount of suppliers for used video games. I believe at the moment it's not an option here in Australia. We have, sorry about the birds. We have barely any stuff in comparison to the American thing. Like, as a matter of fact, a lot of our stuff that we get that are good deals are international. From like America, Amazon US, Amazon UK, Amazon Germany, Amazon Japan. I do know that there is like a $50,000 cost, as it mentions here, involved something. I don't know the specific details about it. But regardless, we're going to skip over this because it really doesn't have too much of an impact on stuff. It's more about the prices that he is asking.
And I do have it pulled up, and we're going to look at it in just a minute. But I just want to say, it's good that more people are starting to see how much of a villain to gaming this guy is, because
okay, I'm gonna say this. I do think I have seen this video before, as you saw. I do think the prices are predatory as fuck, but I do have a few questions about it. If anyone knows definitively, let me know. If anyone is educated on the renewed program, let me know more about it so I can understand better. I do have a few questions about it. I will say, I think that there is a difference in the predatory nature of a reseller who is using a site like eBay or Amazon, where there's fees involved, where a lot of the people accessing it are knowledgeable to some degree, and someone who owns their own website where they are also using ads on like Facebook to target like vulnerable people who don't necessarily know much, but want to buy gifts for like their grandkids or their kids or whatever it may be, like DK oldies, for example. Anyways, we're going to skip a little bit because he just, for the most part, he talks about the fact that he can tell it's their store, which is fine.
But it looks like he has 656 things listed right now. I mean, $114 for a DS Lite.
That's insane.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's insane.
But it gets worse.
DS Lites are like, I mean, there's probably a condition like quality standard that you won't necessarily get as often from eBay, but here in Australia, DS Lites are like 50 Australian bucks. You can get them regularly for like 40. They might sometimes go up a little bit in price, you know, with the whole fluctuations of the DSs and Nintendo handhelds in general. But you won't never. 114, for example, US dollars is about 150 Australian. So it's like 3 times what it costs. 2 to 3 times. Insane.
For like $163 for a Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah, and as you,
my biggest issue with the renewed stuff that I'm seeing is it's stock photos. There's no actual like, oh, this is what the items are likely to look like, because these are renewed. They're not brand new. If they were brand new and like in the boxes and all that kind of stuff, they would be a lot more expensive. As you can see here, like there'd be $600 US.
You can see right here, price charting.
So like you can't really gauge the actual quality you're gonna get. Obviously, it's expected that they're pretty much near mint, like very minimal wear or tear or anything like that, because you know otherwise they wouldn't be able to be a part of the renew program, presumably. And like stuff like this, it displays it with the box, but does it come with the box? Like at $261 US, I would expect it to come with the box. I'd expect it to be complete in the box in basically mint condition. For not a new 3DS?
And, you know, that just goes to show you that this renewed shit does not mean a fucking thing, because I know this motherfucker ain't cleaning shit up. That's why he's got everybody always sending him, make sure it's in great condition, man.
I mean, there would have to be testing that's done. I don't know about cleaning, but they would have to test like the buttons all work and all of that kind of stuff. And I do believe he's mentioned in a few videos that the person he pays that does a lot of the stuff at the store and not store at the wherever he keeps everything, that does all the testing and cleaning and all that. He says he does stuff like that. Now, obviously, it's not like tear it full apart, dust it, remove every speck of dust, clean it with isopropyl alcohol, 99.9% or whatever. Like they probably give it like a wipe down, make sure the buttons are all working and that there's no parental locks, but that would be about it.
Like new. $262 for a red 3DS
That's
XL.
insane.
I mean, that sounds pretty
fucking
horrible. I'm assuming
insane.
the ones that don't have prices are sold out.
These would be stuff that it doesn't necessarily have to have been sold out, but they may have had listings for it that they don't have stock available right now for. So they may not have had stock to begin with, although it says 50 plus bought in the last month. I don't know if that's specifically for his one or if it's for every single renewed seller, because that doesn't, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's got 50 plus selling of each of these. Like there's no way he's able to get 50 plus of the Galaxies in a month or whatever, unless he's like stashed these up over like a year or two.
$315. Holy fucking moly right there. Lots of handhelds. I mean, that's just more proof that this is actually his account. I mean, I don't know why anyone would go through the renewed process.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Post his
that would be a lot of work.
All that, or his PO box, just to you know, try to trick me. So I definitely believe that this is actually.
All right, we're only gonna watch this one for a little bit longer.
At this, dude. NCAA football 14, 200 fucking bucks. See, as you can see right here, even DK Oldies is only.
Okay, DK Oldies doesn't have any in stock though. Like not a single one, not even game only, not game case. I assume that for it to be a part of the renewed program, it would have to have everything. Manuals, game, cover art, all being like amazing, immaculate condition. And this is including a discounted price, which presumably is like, there's like a standard, like, oh, you save this percentage or whatever on every Xbox 360 or every Xbox 360 sports game or something like that. And this, even though it's out of stock, has that discount applied. So it may not necessarily have ever actually been discounted and bought for a discounted price.
Selling it for $169.99. So he's selling it for literally $30 more than them. And you already know that they're overpriced.
These guys don't have fees though. Like they might have their payment processor, but they don't have fees of like Amazon. There was no like requirement, like they mentioned $50,000 worth of inventory or some shit. There was nothing like that. So, you know. It is what it is. Regardless, go check out Heck and Steve. Like I said, I'll link him in the description. We're going to move on to the app. As you can see here, I have watched a lot of videos on the app. I'm not really the greatest fan of these videos because a lot of it is just like, I don't know. Like, but the ones about the app are annoying the fuck out of me because he's spending like tens of thousands of dollars on this, and you'll see. We're not going to watch it. I'm just going to talk about it. These ones here, he talks about the fact that they did not even verify anything involving the APIs. You're telling me there's app developers that you're paying or a marketing firm that does all of this, including the app developers, I believe, and you're paying tens of thousands of dollars, and they didn't do the most fucking basic necessity possible. And he says in like this video, like there's things that arise as you're building an app that won't show up beforehand, which is fine. Yes, that happens. You know, certain things that you may want to have implemented that end up not working, or they don't necessarily function properly in the app that you want or the way that you want. Yeah, that happens, as you're building an app. But something as simple as verifying APIs and that you've got access to them and that they work and all of that kind of stuff doesn't require a huge built-up app. It should have been one of the first things that they did. You get something, if you want to see how it works in an app, you throw literally the most basic shit, no branding, no color scheme, nothing. Literally just whatever the basic function is. So if you want to incorporate price charting or whatever, you literally just have it so that it displays in there and see how it functions, see how it interacts with, being in the app. There doesn't have to be any crazy design mechanics or anything to it. But the most fucking insane thing to me is the fact that he is paying a marketing firm. I can't remember the name of the marketing firm. He mentions it in his videos. But the shit that they come up with, like this fucking logo and color scheme and this fucking font, are the ugliest fucking things and the worst. Like it's fine. Like it makes sense. Like, you utilize the app as a flipper or a reseller to get one up on the competition. That makes sense. It's whatever. That font, fucking ugly and like sci-fi-ish. You're not selling something that is sci-fi related. The color scheme being an ugly ass gradient, like it's the UI design being the same thing, like it's some design from an early 2000s fucking sci-fi movie. Like, and a lot of people have pointed out this looks like the what's it called? The Star. I'm blanking on the name. Not Star Wars.
I'm currently building
Star something. Anyways, whole lot of piss poor decisions along the way. Literally one of the most poorly designed apps that I've seen with tens of thousands of dollars behind it. We'll go into this. That font, fucking ugly. It looks corny. It looks like one of those apps, like I said, in a 2000s sci-fi movie or an early 2010 sci-fi movie that you see like 3 seconds of, or even like half a second of in a movie on someone's phone or whatever it may be. Like, it is not appealing as an app in general, let alone a flipping app for professionals. You're expecting people to be paid members, but like this, yep, the API approval should have been the first priority before sinking any more time and money into the app. It is horrible. It is horrible. I'm sorry. Look, Caleb, I can't support you after realizing you're actually selling shit for insane prices. Like, I understand if you're selling stuff at like the video game, the NCAA or whatever it was. That's fine. It's a little bit of a premium. It's like a 25-30% markup compared to the competition. It is what it is. But like the consoles where you're charging probably 2 to 3 times what it can be had on sites like eBay, regardless of the fees and any of that, I don't know. Unless you don't set the prices. If you don't set the prices, it is what it is at that point. Like, if it's Amazon or if it's some like management that like manages all the teams, like all the businesses like yourself, then okay, I'd understand it. But this app is just fucking horrible. Bro, this is ugly. It's horrible. It is genuinely fucking ugly. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, you spent tens of thousands of dollars just to get fucking scammed, essentially. It was pointed out the insanity of your pricing here. And for anyone that's from Australia or for another country, keep in mind these prices are US dollars. Right, this was like one of the earliest games I ever played as a child, Super Mario All-Stars, but it was on the obviously the PAL SNES as opposed to the NES or whatever it is in America. $200 for hard gold. What? $200 US. All right, he brings up the price charting. Let's see what it is. Complete. Okay, if it's complete, okay, it's not bad. It's a 25% markup. That's fine. But $200 US is crazy. Like, to think, like, that game is so overpriced. Anyways, yeah, that's my little rant. It's not as put together as usual, even though my shit is usually not even that put together. This is just something really quickly because I did, like I said, I did try and do it again, do it earlier this morning. Fucked it up because I was a little out of it, still drowsy. So I'm just throwing this together. I was going to make 2 separate videos, with this being another one, where I actually put together some more professional designs that actually work well with the concept of it being a business reseller app that is used by more people. Oh, another thing, Caleb, if you are listening, or if anyone that is working on this is listening, don't put a fucking barcode there. Put a camera icon. Like, it's using the camera, regardless of whether it's scanning a barcode or not. Just put a camera icon in there instead. Every fucking app does it. Like, anyways, this was going to be 2 separate videos. I was going to throw together a design myself because I like doing design, and I have done it as a hobby for the better part of since I was like 14, 15. Not specifically for apps, just in general. I used to work on mobile video games, not the corny ones, but like the MMO ones, the multiplayer, like online ones. And I love it. I'm passionate about it. I'm not the most talented person. I was going to do it, but I'm not, because I can't be fucked. Anyways, have a good one. As I said for the 3rd time now, check out Hack and Steve's channel. Link will be in the description. Peace out.